Guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to do EXP22 Excel chapter 8 cumulative real estate valuation. Basically, this is the 8th chapter of Excel section of this Pearson course, and in this video I will be doing this assignment step by step, and you can get your assignment done by watching this complete video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Excel, Word, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, all other writing assignments, mathematics or statistics. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. Please contact me either through WhatsApp or email and hire me for your complete courses, and I will produce best grade for you. So at start of instruction, we are given with project description. There is nothing to solve in this project description, but I suggest you to read this project description well, get an idea about the assignment and understand this assignment. Then this will be easy for you to solve this assignment on your own. Then we have main part of the assignment, that is steps to perform to complete this project, and we have a total of 19 steps to get this assignment done. In this video, I am not only going to solve these steps or questions for you, I am also going to make you learn Microsoft Excel as well. So if you want to do this assignment or if you want to learn Microsoft Excel, then you are supposed to follow me and you are supposed to watch this complete video. Then you will be able to solve this assignment on your own. So now let's move to step number 1 of the assignment. And step number 1 of the assignment is saying start Excel, download and open the file named EXP22 Excel chapter 8 cumulative valuation. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of file name. So this is the Excel workbook that we are supposed to use. We will apply all the instructions, all the steps to this Excel workbook, and we will make this Excel workbook in the final form for the submission. So your first task in this assignment is to download and open this Excel workbook. I have already downloaded this, and you can download this from your Pearson dashboard. So step number 1 of the assignment is just about downloading of this Excel workbook. There is nothing else to solve in step number 1. That's why we will move to step number 2. So now let me do step number 2. Ensure sales data worksheet is active. Then use the frequency function to calculate the frequency distribution of the square footage of homes located in column C. Place your result in the range H4 up to H11. So now in H4 up to H11, we are supposed to calculate the frequency distribution of the square foot given in column C. So we will select H4 up to H11, click in formula bar and type equal sign. Then type frequency. Frequency function will appear, click on that. Now click function symbol to enter the function argument. Okay. Now data array is the data for which we are going to calculate the frequency distribution. So our data will be starting from C4 up to C30. Okay. We are calculating frequency distribution. Our bin array is also given, that is G4 up to G11. So we will get the frequency distribution like this. So we have calculated the frequency distribution of the square feet given in column C. Okay. So now let me move to next step, that is step number 3. Step number 3 is saying enter a function in cell J4 to calculate the standard deviation of the current home values. So now we are supposed to calculate the standard deviation of the current home values. Okay, so now let me go to cell J4 here, and we are supposed to type stdev.s, this one. Okay, then click on function symbol to enter the function argument. We are going to calculate the standard deviation for the current value, so we will select this one. Okay, this one, this is the standard deviation. Okay, now let me do next step, that is step number 4. Step number 4 is enter a function in cell J7 to calculate the variance of current home values. So now we are supposed to calculate the variance of the current values, that is in J7 type equal sign and type variance.s, this function. Okay, now we are supposed to select this again, current values, okay, and press enter. So we have calculated the variance of the current values for the home. Okay, now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 5, because we have completed 4 steps for this assignment so far, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 5. Step number 5 is saying enter a function in cell J10 to calculate the covariance between the square footage and the current home values. So now we are supposed to calculate the square footage and we are supposed to calculate the covariance between the square footage and the current values. Okay, so now we are supposed to calculate the covariance in cell J10. We will go to cell J10, we will type equal sign and type covariance. So this is covariance dot s, this one. Okay, now we will select our 2 ranges. Array 1 will be the square footage, this one, and array 2 will be the current values. Okay, so square footage we have in the range C4 up to C30 and current values we have in the range E4 up to E30. We are calculating covariance between the square footage and the current values. Okay, click OK. So we have calculated the covariance. Now that is all about step number 5, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 6. Enter a function in cell J13 to calculate the correlation between square footage and the current home values. Now we are supposed to calculate the correlation between the square footage and the current values. So we will go to cell J13, we will type correl function, this one. Double click on that. Now click on function symbol to enter the function arguments. Again our array 1 will be the square footage that is given into range C4 up to C30. You can select like this one, or you can simply type C4 up to C30. Then here we are supposed to select E4 up to E30, or you can simply type E4 up to E30. So now we are going to calculate correlation between the square footage and the current values for the homes. Okay, so we have calculated the standard deviation, variance, covariance and correlation. Okay, now that is all about step number 6. So we have completed 6 steps for this assignment. Now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 7. Apply accounting number format to cell J4. J4 is here and we are supposed to apply accounting number format. So go to home tab, in number section select accounting. Okay, now let me do step number 8. Insert a histogram based on the square footage located in column C. Move the chart so the upper left corner is in cell G15. Resize the chart so it fills the range G15 up to J28. Now we are supposed to insert a histogram. Okay, and that will be based on the square footage. Okay, let me go to here, go to data tab, then go to data analysis. Click OK. Sorry, 1 second. We are supposed to insert a histogram based on the square footage located and move the chart. So okay, histogram, square footage, select this one, square footage, go to insert tab, and now we are supposed to insert a histogram. Okay, this is the histogram. Okay, we are supposed to insert a histogram, this one. Okay, now we are supposed to move it so that upper left corner should be in cell G15. G15 is here. Okay, this one. And lower right corner should be in cell J28. J28. This one. Okay, so that is all about step number 8, where we were supposed to insert a histogram based on the square footage. Okay, now let me do next step, that is step number 9. ensure the analysis tool pack add in is active, make the subdivision worksheet active, use the analysis tool pack to perform a single factor ANOVA including labels on the range C2 up to E45, place the result starting in cell G4, resizing the column G and M as needed. So you are supposed to make sure that you should have the data analysis here. If in your case it is not here, go to File tab, go to Options and click Adds in. Here select Excel add-in, click OK. So from here, one second, Option, Adds in, Excel add-in, click OK, Option, Adds in, Excel add-in and click Go. Okay. So from here you should make sure that your analysis tool pack should be selected. If it is not selected, select and click OK. So in my case it is available. So click on we are supposed to make subdivision worksheet active, click on data analysis and we are supposed to perform ANOVA single factor, select this one and click OK. Now our input range is C2 up to E45. That is our input range. Okay. Now it is saying we are supposed to make sure the label in the first row. Okay. Then this is saying make subdivision worksheet active, use analysis single factor ANOVA including labels on the range, place the result in cell G4. Output range is G4. So here we are supposed to select G4. Okay. Then okay. So now we are performing a single factor ANOVA. Our input range was given, that is C2 up to E45. Then we were supposed to make sure that the label in first row should be selected. Then we were supposed to select output range, that is starting from G4 and click OK. So we got the result. Now we will select column G up to M and we are supposed to resize as needed. We can simply make them auto fit. Go to format and select auto fit column width, this one. Okay. So that is all about step number 9. So we have completed 9 steps for this assignment so far, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 10. Step number 10 is saying create a forecast sheet that depicts increase in home valuation in Gatewood subdivision based on the square footage. Set the forecast square footage to 3500 and place the result on a new worksheet named Gatewood Forecast. Resize and reposition the chart to fill the range G2 up to P22. Please insert a blank worksheet named Gatewood Forecast and OK. So now we are supposed to create a forecast sheet, okay, based on the square footage. So set the forecast square footage to 3500. Okay. Okay, so we will select the data square footage and the home valuation for the Gatewood. We will select this one. Okay, because we are supposed to, oh sorry, forecast is given here. Gatewood, no, this one. So we are supposed to select square footage and the Gatewood home valuation. Okay. Then go to data tab and in forecast you can see the forecast sheet, select this one. And we are supposed to make this to 3500. Okay. Now click create. So we have created forecast sheet. Now we are supposed to rename this sheet as Gatewood Forecast. Okay. Right click on that, rename this one, remove this one and type the new name and press enter. Now we are supposed to resize the chart so that it should fill the range G2 up to B22. G2 is here and P22. P22. This one. Okay. This one. Okay. So we have created a forecast sheet that is based on the home valuation for the gatewood and square footage. Okay, so that is all about step number 10. So in this video I have solved 10 steps for you. That is more than half of the assignment that I have completed for you in this video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Word, Excel, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences as well. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. Please reach me out through WhatsApp or email and hire me for your courses, and I will produce best grade for you. Thank you so much. I will get back to you with another video. Thank you so much again.